Morning. Okay. So we are now the last ice of the first balilah hahu, not the second one. So we said yesterday, thinking about it, about the two stages in the tshuva of the Yidden of Purim, as the Maamar explains it, that balilah hahu is stage one. That's the gilui of the helem of the neshama that is stirred in the tachlis helem of golus. The anochi hastir astir. However, that can often just remain takim b'sidus nefesh, ready to die as a Jew, but still falls short of living as a Jew. But the end of Purim, because that leads to the second half of the pasuk, which is the new taich at the end of the Maamar, a new meaning, noda dashnas hamelech, that the melech is mamash atzmus, not the helem atzmi, not the darga balilah, the four levels, laila hu, laila zeh, yem ahu, yem azeh, but the etzem mamash, that is conveyed in the words noda dashnas hamelech, and then here's the key point of the whole thrust of what he's saying is then there's the fusion of the opposites of the helem of the neshama and the gilui of the neshama. Like I told you the story yesterday, that in a way the guy's insulted that I'm asking to put on films. What are you saying? I'm not a Jew if I don't. That's a gilui of the helem on the neshama. He's embracing the essence of his Jewishness in a very deep way, in a very true way. I'm Jewish without your tefillin, thank you very much. And I don't need your tefillin.
Yesterday's was also yesterday's game about yeah, it's not enough you're neshama, we also have to have mice and type. Remember here. I checked after and I thought there was a link.
I don't remember. Okay, could be. So the point is that it's a stira. As I tried to explain yesterday, it's a contradiction. How can you say at once that you're absolutely Jewish, uncompromised without tefillin, and then say as a Jew, you must uncompromisingly put on tefillin? That's Mitzvah Atzmos. That's the deer that sleeps with one eye open and one eye closed, as we explained yesterday. That's the chibur of the makif and the pnimis. He goes on to say now. That what I wanted to add, which he didn't say yesterday, is that the hemshech of the story, that not only the gilui of the neshama that I am a Jew and he's ready to die for it, but then as it manifests in actual transformation, is the end of the story, because kimu v'kiblu is what? That's Pearl Mamish. This I didn't see this explicitly, but these are the two inyanim. The Mesidus Nefesh they had for the whole year of Purim, that whole year leading up to the Gzeira, that's the Helem Ha'atzmi, that's the Balilah Hu in its source. That's revealing the Balilah Hu, the source in the Balilah Hu down here. And then Noda D'Shnas HaMelech, which is literally in the story, it happened very quickly at the end, that Noda D'Shnas HaMelech and the whole turnaround, V'napichu, that led to what? A complete affirmation and kim of Torah and mitzvahs b'peil mamish. Not just die as a Jew, but live as a Jew. In everything. That's the pashtas the story. Kim of a kiblu kvar. They're going to fulfill peil mamish, what they'll makabel by Matan Torah. Fulfilled. That's the koiches hagiluyin. That's the manifested koiches. That's the fusion of helem and gilui. I am uncompromisingly Jewish without this, and I am uncompromisingly Jewish only with it. What has to be with it? Now, v'yesh the kashizim of my mind by final ice test. This is connected. I mentioned this seconds ago. Makif and pnimi, the same dynamic at its root. So this is connected, which explains in the Maamar. This is the Mittel Rebbe. No, sorry, the Frierdiker Rebbe. So Frierdiker Rebbe says that through the Noda D'Shnas HaMelech, that's the end, the conclusion, even after the gilui of the source of Balilah Hu, or rather Balilah Hu as it is at its source, that led to the Noda D'Shnas HaMelech. So he says, Nasa Chibur HaMakif Ma'Pnimi. So that affects the fusion of the Makif and Pnimi. So exactly what we're saying now, he says, the Rebbe is saying. That which is beyond the system is drawn into the system. It's a contradiction. It's beyond how can it be drawn in? But that's mitzad ha'atzmos. Gvul and bli gvul. K'hashodish the makif ha'pnimi or gili, the shodish or makif or pnimi, who gili v'helim. The source of transcendence and internalization, which is gvul, is gilui. Gilui is makif. I'm sorry. Gilui is pnimi, and the source of the helim is the makif. Or rather, the source of the source of the makif is the helim. No, I'm sorry. No. The makif from mitzad. No. So sorry. Makif transcendent. No, adra, because pnimi means gvul. Makif from mitzad gilui. That's the revelatory component of Ein Sof. That's the mathematic in tachlis. Even though we're calling it makif. V'pnimi, which is why. V'pnimi shirim shechadei tzimtzum mitzad helim. How is there pnimi? Because of tzimtzum, because of helim. So the makif is the gilui component, and the pnimi is the tzimtzum. As they manifest, the tzimtzum, of course, is lower, but the whole point we're learning in Basi Lagani for weeks now is that the tzimtzum of pnimi is higher. Because they were mamshich and drawn atzmos, as we explained, then shaydez and ischaber hahelim v'gili, the two fuse. Nasa gamach chibur the makif pnimi. Since helim and gili fuse, that translates in the chibur of makif and pnimi as well, which are manifestations, or rather the source of helim and gili. And he spells it out for us. There's an imshach yishul kolis to kol yisrael, and that brought about the salvation for Eden. The bechinas hamakiv, the level of makiv, which on the one hand left alone, yeshaychus yoyse la klipsa kal misham. Klippa still has a place. Makiv. That's why he made the gallows 50 cubits high. He wants to get from the Sharan the Makif, Shalmani Mishtaushos, the Bligvol of the face of which all is equally insignificant. That's why he wants to get away with. That's the Makif. But then it was drawn into a Pnimius. Ata goes on Atzmos, and therefore the level of Geirol of Makif is drawn Dafke in Mordechai, not in Order Roman. That's the Nimshach, the Makif, the Pnimius. That causes Yehuda Meisa Eira v'Simcha v'Sasan v'Kar Keinti Yalanu. That's drawn down to all these levels of Eiras. It explains in the Gemara. This Teresh Balpen Simchas Yomtiv and Sasan is Mila and V'Kar is Tfilm Keinti Yalanu mitzvahs b'Peil b'Pnimius. So may be for us. Okay, just the general idea. Get here. We made the trouble to get here, so let's try and be here. Be here. I don't. Okay. Taking notes. Okay. So it's to say the conclusion, the climactic conclusion is that Nodadash Nasamelech is the ultimate expression of Atzmos, which manifests in the fusion of the opposites. I am a Jew without, I am a Jew dafka with Tfilm. Namshach of the Makiv in the Pnimius. Makiv, he says, is the source of Gilui, and Pnimius is rooted in Helim, because Pnimius is only a result of Tzimtzum of Helim, and the Makiv, the Bligvul, becomes one with the Gvul. And that is that on the one hand, the etzem and the neshama is stirred, that doesn't need Torah mitzvahs, be'emes, connected to Eibishter without it, and yet dafke nimshich and Torah mitzvahs. Like Yehuda Meisa Eira v'Simcha v'Sasan v'Kar, all of these levels of Torah mitzvahs. And that's the Kim of Kibbutz we're suggesting that followed the year of Mesiras Nefesh, which was the Helim, Atzmi, the Balilah Hahu. Now I sent you the summary. As our president insists we look at it, so let's look at it. It's not a summary. It's not a summary. It just tells you what the Maimon is going to talk about. So it's only helpful if you understand the Maimon, and then we can look at it again as a thread. So let's have a look at it. Balilah, Ahu, so that's Laila is darkness, and Ahu is also darkness. Lashon Nisted, base poem Hester. Two levels of concealment, as in Haster Aster, the allusion to Esther in Pashas Vayelech is the words, and I will hide and hide again my face, which means Shahester Gufi Musta, the concealment itself is concealed. We don't even know that it's dark. It's a terrible dark, so we don't even feel. We're not even trying to grope our way out of it because we made peace with it. It's good. Okay, another few dollars, bit of health over here, bit of health over there, and life is good. We don't feel that Golus is night and darkness. And that's the great miracle. That even such a matzav of terrible darkness, then is going to be that no, the miracle, true, that's the miracle, but what causes it is this terrible darkness. As we explained yesterday, at the end of the day, when the Jew is thrust in terrible darkness, and he's in a tunnel, in a dungeon, in Gaza, and in the end he finds God, there's no choice. There's no glimmer of anything else, no gilin, no oir at all, then all you're left is with God, and that's what we're seeing, patently and in the most powerful, most moving way possible, in story after story of every one of them. That's the end of the Maimon, though. We're going ahead. Now, running through the thread, b'laila, first, the difference, there are two different worlds, revelation, concealment. And then within each one is in the way they express. That's one thing, is ba'atzmam. And then there's a chilik bein zeh lehu, that's in the oifen, ba'ifanom, in how they, so there's yoim zeh and yoim ahu, and there's laila zeh and laila hu. What would that mean? In brackets, zeh would mean is whatever state that is drawn down here. You see that it's dark. That would be laila hazeh. Hu Hu means the way it is in its source. So Laila Hu is the matam Laila Hazeh. Down here in this world, Laila Hu is a terrible darkness. We don't know it's dark. Laila Hazeh means you know it's dark. But what is Laila Hu? Laila is a deeper source. And that's the pella, that the terrible darkness down here is only possible because of the virtuous, essential darkness above. The I am and nothing else of God. No hide in Gilui. That's the source of the terrible darkness. That's the paradox. The darkness that manifests in our world that comes from the etzim, not the cheshech that shayches the Gilui. But the etzim cheshech is godel yesud and greater. Greater than the darkness that is still connected in some way to revelation, which will manifest in. It's dark, but we know it's dark. This is a deeper one. Laila Hahu is you don't even know it's dark. But where does it come from? It comes from a place above. It's utterly hide in Gilui. Hashodesh the Yom. What's the source of the revelation? That's expressed in the words in the Zohar bin Dilamata Matad in Tachlis. The evidence of this being revealed and being identified, as we explained, at the lowest levels of existence. You see the imprint, you see the signature of the infinite. That's the end of Yom, that's Gilui. Hashodesh the Yom Hazeh. What's the source of Yom Hazeh? Me'agilui b'poel. The Yom Hazeh means where you see it down here, like it's Yes Mitzrayim Batan Torah. That is an expression of the actual Gilui b'poel in its highest levels above, when it's a state of absolute revelation. The Shodesh of Yom Ahu, it's not actual Gilui, but Koyach HaGilui, the potential for Gilui, which is a much deeper essential state. That is therefore Yom Ahu, and that's L'Asid Lavi, not Yom Hazeh. Vashodesh the Laila, the source of light, is the tzimtzum above and above and above, the big chiddush of the Frierdiker Rebbe and Bostel Lagani, in expanding this Maimar Azoya. L'mayla din ketz, high, what's high without end? Not revelation, concealment. The tzimtzum, that's the Laila. And in that gufa, there's two efanim. Laila hazeh, that's koich halim sheshayich legilui. Concealment, but still related to revelation. And mitzabchinas zu atzimtzum b'shvel gilui. This expresses the two properties of tzimtzum. One is it's a means for an end, and if it's a means for an end, lachen nigish b'gilui halim. If it's a means, it says I'm not where it's meant to be. Through me, you'll get the gilui. But there's a higher level in the tzimtzum, not a means. The tzimtzum itself is the deepest expression. V'laylahu, that's a koyach halim shalamaylim b'shaychas gilui, not the Helem shaykh the gili, but the koyach, the potential, much deeper, much more essential, higher than being related to expression. And what does that lead to? What's it the source of? A much deeper connection to God. They're not that tzimtzum leads to something. On the contrary, appreciate that tzimtzum itself, herein lies the deepest expression of God. But till you get there, the downside is till you get to that, then you don't feel there's any problem. Because at the end of the day, this isn't a problem, which is why it manifested that I don't see it. But when it's symptoms, this is a problem. We've got to get out of here. But the source of what's no problem, life is good. That's the most terrible matzav. But be'emes, it's expressing it is good. Because it's him, not because you don't see him, because it is all him. So that corrupted, it's fine, is really true. In the deepest way, much truer than this moment is a means for a gilui. The tzimtzum b'shvil, one day it'll be good. No, it's good now. That's the deepest truth. That is Laila Hu revealed lamata. And then there's a third darga, or fourth, actually fifth. If you count Yom Hazeh, Yom Hahu, Laila Hazeh, Laila Hu, and the fifth darga. The custom is Keneged Yechida, which is what the Nodar Shnas HaMelech. That's what's mamish. But Laila Hu, Nodar Shnas HaMelech, they avoided this Hamasiris Nefesh, Nimshach Pines Laila Hu. First stage is that we draw down the Laila Hu, the mile above, in Laila Hu Lamata, that revealed down here is the Messiah. I am a year. The Yidden stood for a whole year. We're not giving it up. And when the Jew is given the choice, but now I'll born a Jew, died a Jew. That's Laila Hu. You say to Mizu, but that's Mesiras Nefesh. That's die as a Jew. The Tachlis is live as a Jew. And that's got to be not compromised. It has to be Yikar. It has to be Eira v'Sasa v'Simcha v'Yikar. Even though it's a stereotype, but I'm a Jew without it. True. But you're not a Jew without it. True. That's a chibur of Helem and Gilui. And that wasn't correct, but as a Jew, you must have this. You must. It's not what's the word? Not conditional, compromise, not negotiable. That's the fifth stage. The fusion of I am and the manifestations, which is the Shoresh of Makif and Pnimi, which is the Rebbe says at the end. That's what happens. That the Sha'ar Hanun is Nimshach and the Pnimius, and that happens at Gili Atzmos, the Maila Gam Elayla Hush Lamaila, even higher than Laila, which is still a tzir, still a Gili, still a Darg, it's still saying something. And it manifests in I'm a Jew without film. And I'm insulted if you ask me to put on film. What are you telling me? I'm not a Jew without film. Who do you think you are, you arrogant? Who knows what? That's what the old man was saying to me without saying it. He didn't even know what he was saying. It's a big compliment. What are you telling him to put on film? So that's the Dark of Laila. But Sof Kosov, that it will lead to Nodar Shnas HaMelech. You'll express it in Tzada Atzmos, in Tefillin, and in all the mitzvahs. Okay? That's the overview.